Hi guys, and welcome to another Hero of the Week. This week's hero is a man named Willie Anderson. Willie is a Protestant from a Unionist background in Northern Ireland, and he told a story about how he convinced his son, who was 11 at the time, to play GAA. GAA means Gaelic Athletic Association. So a little context before we hear Willie's story. The GAA was founded at a time when Catholics in Ireland were not allowed to express their culture and language as part of the British Empire. The association also had a troubled history in Northern Ireland, where a number of rules within it banned members of the British forces from becoming members, along with restrictions on other sports such as soccer being played on GAA grounds. The organisation has changed dramatically since the Good Friday Agreement, with greater outreach towards the Church of Ireland and the Ulster Scots Agency. Unionists have traditionally boycotted it due to its very nature. This is where people like Willie are desperately needed. Have a listen.
I insured my son when he was 11 to go and play Gaelic with the Loop. He says, "Why am I going to play Gaelic with the Loop?" I said, someday you'll know. Someday you will know that why. So he played till he was 18. And then it was one night he went to the Elk. And the next morning, he says, and he played the whole way up, like 16s, 14s, played for the minors. Then he had to make a choice. He was getting into the academy, he had to make a choice. And he said to me, "Dad, I know now why you told me to play Gaelic football." I said, "Right, okay, tell me what it was." He said, "See, last night I could have got home with the Gaelic boys, and I could have got home with the rugby boys." I said, "Was there any difference?" He says, "No, there wasn't." I said, "Well, there you go. That's what sport is. And even more importantly, that's what life is."
Do you any backlash for sending him to play with the Loop? Not the Loop, but sending him to play Gaelic football?
There was people who would not have been happy that my son played for the Loop. They'd be absolutely, but he certainly never said to me, because I would have told them where to go.
I would have told them where to go. Well said. You know, this is what's so important about sport, and this is what's so important about education in Northern Ireland, that you have mixed education, mixed sports, in the sense that you bring both communities together. And this took a lot of courage. You know, this is why I've deemed Willie Hero of the Week, because it took a lot of courage for a Unionist, for a Protestant, to say, I'm going to send my son to play GAA, to play Gaelic football or hurling or whatever it was, probably Gaelic football. Because he knew that when you're in a group of people and you're having fun, the differences disappear. Yes, we're from different backgrounds. Yes, we're from different religions. But when we're together, having fun, playing a sport, those differences disappear. And this is what's so important. This is what has been so important to be pushed in Northern Ireland over the last number of decades. Because if you drill down, if you scratch at the surface, you realize that ordinary people are pretty much the same no matter what background they're from. They have the same concerns. Cost of living crisis, the NHS, health, their children, the jobs for the future, the environment, all these different issues that should be uniting people. Politicians are trying to use them to divide people. And sport is a great way of bringing people together, because you have fun, you have an objective, we need to, win this game or whatever. And this this is a great motivation. But after the game, as he pointed out, his son, he could have gone home with the rugby boys or could have gone home with the GAA guys, and it didn't make any difference, because we're all friends at the end of the day. Yes, we have our differences, be them religious, be them political, but we can respect each other. And this is why it's so important that we try to speak to each other. We try to have dialogue, because then we realize the differences between us are very little. And we need to focus on what unites us and not what divides us. And this is why Willie is our Hero of the Week. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.